Hi. Um, my name is Raz. I play music a lot at like church and stuff, and so whenever I was learning to use like software and all that, I work a lot in like music softwares, and so whenever I was learning how to use it, I just like watched other people doing it. And what's awesome about the internet is that you can do that, but then also there's like a lot of like dumb videos that like kind of show you like some tips, but like you just never really see anybody like going from start to finish. So I thought I would kind of like build a full Ableton set for like a church service that we have at my church, and then you can see it, but it's like not like this will just be like a normal video from like a normal person and not just like YouTube stuff, dude. That's like chap 3 easy steps for my church team building stuff. It's like really dumb and like you shouldn't like that if you are into it because it's weird. So it basically I don't know. I think I'm recording everything. I've like never done this before. I'm not very interested in doing it. I had an itch to do it just this once because I was trying to learn something recently and I couldn't find good info on it. And then I was like, golly, this sucks out here. So, anyways, I thought maybe a lot of people, I talked to a lot of people that use Ableton Live for their church services and stuff, and that's awesome. And this isn't really like an end all be all. I don't really think I'm an expert in anything, but a lot of times I just like seeing the way other people do stuff, and you can take like a thing or two from it. And then, if not that, you can also look and be like, wow, Raz sucks and he's an idiot. And wow, what a doofus. And then you can feel better about yourself. So it's kind of like a win win. All right, I think I'm recording everything. So basically, I'm starting from nothing. I have like a little tiny bit. I like hate presets for the most part, unless I'm just trying to like not do anything interesting. But like, so we have like this worship service, and I pulled it up on our little website here. So we have all these songs, and this video is going to be like a little laborious and slow, but it's literally just going to be like, watch me work, and just like text me if you have issues. I don't know. I'm just trying to help some people. Okay, so I don't even have live open yet, so I'm just like literally like live 10, and I usually work in 11, but my show computer, like I'm just doing this at my house, and then I'm gonna package it. I'm gonna explain that in the video, but like I just work in 10. I don't think there's a difference. I mean, 11 has some like features that are neat, but for the most part, for like what we're gonna do, it's like all the same. All right, here's a blank Ableton set. I'm just gonna start from scratch here. I have nothing programmed. This is like what you get whenever you open up Ableton for the first time. The only thing that's like different about it is I can't tell if I'm like recording or not. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm recording now. Oh my gosh. This is so painful. I don't. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not like a YouTuber. I'm just trying to like share a little information. I think I recorded like a little intro, and if not, you're just gonna miss that out, and I'll like write it down or something. Whatever. The short of it was that here's an Ableton set from scratch. I have nothing pre-programmed in here. I'm gonna just go from start to finish so we can see like someone else doing it. When you open up Ableton, you have this view. I always work in this view. And also, this isn't like a freaking beginner what is Ableton thing. This is like you work in it already, and like you just kind of want to like do more stuff in it. If you don't know what you're doing in Ableton, then you can like find how-to videos on YouTube. It's easy. All right, cool. So basically, I have this empty Ableton set. I'm just gonna delete all this stuff because I don't really need it. I don't want it. And then this is my, okay, so like when we start here, I usually make a couple key commands for just like easy using stuff. I'll go from left to right here. So tap, I make that a little T. I like to make the metronome M. I like to make record R. I think it automatically does that. This little follow button will like jump to wherever you are in the timeline. This back to arrangement, you don't really need it, but sometimes I use it. Set locator, I usually make that little dot. I usually make my locators the brackets. Automation is A, but Ableton already assigns it to that, so you don't have to like really double up. And then H and W, height and width. Ableton also automatically assigns those, but you don't really have to do it either. It's just like, it kind of is nice because it prevents you from like doubling up the assignment later if you're trying to use your things and like use your key commands for stuff. Like I see people like using the keys for like songs and stuff, and you shouldn't do that because it makes your workflow slow. All right, so now I'm using like the built-in microphone and all that stuff for my for this thing. So it's just literally like I'm freaking on a 10-year-old iMac with the built-in interface, and like you can do it. It's possible. So like before I even import audio for this, I'm gonna make a little return track. The way the return track works is just so I have like a little tiny queue. So like I can route all my audio, which I'm not gonna be able to do because I don't have an interface plugged in. But we can kind of talk about that. But like if you're watching this, you probably should already know how to do that. All right. So now I have like nothing going on here. So it's just kind of like, okay, like what do we do? Well, I'm gonna look at my set list here for my friend Brett, who like picks the songs. This gentleman, he's like a good friend of mine, and he's really good. And then all these other people are also good. And so we're gonna do these songs, and I don't know. These songs are like popular songs, so I'm sure everyone's freaking played them all. All right, so I literally just downloaded them from like the church music tracks website.com, and like I have them here. And I also went to like the planner website thing and like downloaded the files. So this should be fine. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and unzip them all right now. I think you can do it. Oh, I guess you do it this way. I don't know. So like it's gonna expand all this, and then I have all my songs, and I'm just kind of looking. So like I try to like I don't know, and I have these like pads that I bought that sound dumb, but like I don't know. Everyone's just kind of used to hearing this, so I just kind of do it and don't think about it too hard. They're just pads. They're underneath someone talking, and the person talking is saying something way more important than the way the pad sounds. So just it doesn't matter. Just freaking play a pad. All right. So now I have all my tracks, and then in Ableton, I just usually use this little dock right here to like put my stuff I need a lot. So like I'll add a folder, and I don't really work on this computer that often because it's at my house, and my girls just use it to like watch Mr. Rogers and stuff. But I'm just gonna add my little pad. So I have my little sessions folder, and then I put all my pads in here, and then I can just do that. Cool. And then I have some like guides, and then like samples and stuff if I'm like writing some jams. But who does that? All right. So like now I have nothing. So like the way I like to work is I just like start working. So like we have our first song, Pray. I think it's called Praise. Praise. Yeah, Praise. All right. So like I'm just gonna make like a little locator. I programmed my dot to like do that, and I'm just gonna call this Praise. Okay, cool. And then like I usually work with my metronome on, and then I check what the tempo is, and I have my downloads folder which has all my like the files I downloaded from like churchworshiptracks.com. And then it has like the BPM and the keys. I always download them in the original key because I don't know. I'm like weird, and I think you should do that and then adjust the keys in Ableton so that way you're just adjusting everything from one place instead of like adjusting an adjustment later, or like you don't know like what they're doing, so you might as well like use whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right, so like I have praise. We're doing two songs. We're doing one called Praises. This is singular praise. All right, so it's 127. So I just like type this in here, and then you can do this like a couple different ways. It doesn't matter. I just record it. So like, and then if I press A, you can see the automation, but I have to pull it up here. And so show all parameters, song tempo. All right, cool. So I have my 127. Cool. And so I'm going to write that in. So now like the automation is kicked in. Now, okay, you can come in at me and say that that's not the right way to do it. You should use follow tracks and stuff. But whenever you use follow tracks, it like screws up the grid in Ableton. And if you're trying to edit anything, which like we'll talk about in this video, that will probably be in like hour 2 of it because it's freaking slow. You're just gonna want to not do, or I don't want to do that. And everyone that does it always seems to have problems editing. But then they're like, oh, it's not because of this. It's like, okay, well, I don't know, man. So all right, so I don't know. Okay, so this band tomorrow night it has like a bass player, a drummer. I'm actually playing drums. I'm not really a drummer, but whatever. and then there's a guitar player, some singers, and I don't really love having like a ton of tracks in the thing to begin with because it just kind of sounds dumb and looks dumb and all that. So whatever. I'm dragging this in. I'm holding the command key so that way all the tracks. If you don't hold the command key, the tracks go. Let me show this to you so you can like see it better. But like if you don't hold the command key, the tracks will just go like one by one next to each other. So like if you hold the command key, they go all down in line. And then so like I like to do this to where it's like the clicks on top, and then like there's like some other tracks in here, but like I don't really import that many. I don't like the way they sound half the time. And sometimes there's like a part that you want, but like I try not to like think about it too hard. So I have all this going on. I don't really organize my sessions that much because like I just make them once every week. If I was like on a tour or like doing something big, I would probably organize this a little more. But I literally just make a brand new session every week, and I don't really save them or try to like. I just got fast enough to where I can work fast, and it's easier than trying to like be like, oh, let me pull it from the file from June 20th of 1997, and it's like, well, by the time you do all that, you could have just learned how to work fast and be done with it. So whatever. All right. So I have the song Praise. I usually like just dump them in like this. This is pretty normal. Blah blah blah. So like this song, you can kind of hear it. I'll turn this down so it's not just like blasting you. But this is like
verse 1.
So that's the metronome volume right here, and then right here is gonna be like the track volume. I'm just turning them down for right now so that way they don't like blowing you out. So I have the metronome going and the click track going at the same time, so that way you can like hear and make sure you're like on the grid, and that way if you like change anything or add anything or do anything different, it's easy to make sure you're always save. That's another thing. So like I just always save my stuff, and then I guess I forgot to do that because this is a brand new session. So like tomorrow's session is like November 8th, and then let's just call it, the service is called Live, but it's like a special event called Fall Riot. So we'll do that. Live Fall Riot. Nice. All right, I'm saved up. So I have my click, I have my guide, I have this keys track. We play with a keys player, and there's like these loops. I usually like thumb through and listen. So like you can click on the track, click S. Another reason why you don't want to like key assign a bunch of stuff, because then like your solos don't work and stuff. I was on a session recently where like someone used all the keys to like do for song titles, and then like when you went to solo something, it would just queue up another song instead of soloing. It's like you just don't want to do that kind of stuff. So like this has this like drum loop in it. I think that's dumb sounding. I hit 0 and it just deactivates it, just in case like if someone asks for it, or if like Brett's like, dude, where's the loop? I can be like, oh yeah, dude, you just don't hear it. It's right here. But like I don't like the way it sounds, so I just take it out. I'm playing drums tomorrow night, and I'm the only drummer in the band. I don't need the computer to help me out. And then same with these like tambourine loops and stuff. They always end up being so loud in the house and stuff. So I just like turn it all off. And then there's a piano player. So I just kind of like listen through. I brought in all these guitar tracks, but like I also don't like the way they sound half the time. And like, there's guitar players in the band. If you can't get it done with a guitar too, then, just look at the problem, So like that's going to be played on stage. I'm just going to deactivate it. Yeah, that sounds familiar. All right. Like that might not get played, but it doesn't matter. So like that's kind of interesting. Probably not going to get played live, maybe. So like I just kind of leave it in there. And then a lot of times, like these kind of tracks, like if I know for sure there's like no way in like freaking God's green earth that we're gonna ever play it, use that live, I just delete them. It's not like the loop where someone could ask for it. It's just like, dog, we're not using guitar tracks when there's guitar players. Like that, like your front of house guy doesn't want to turn that up. Sorry. All right, this, yeah, that's gonna be happening on stage. All right, cool. Yeah, that guy just wants to be a drummer. All right, so we'll kind of consolidate this a little bit. I usually just leave these as holes. I'm working fast. I'm not trying to like be too fancy here. And then like we've played this song a bunch at like summer camps and stuff, so I think I kind of know the way this goes. So I'm not gonna think about it too hard. I'm just gonna make sure it's good. I do know that we play it a step down from normal, so like I'm just gonna go ahead and like plan for that, so that way we're not like, figuring that out during the first verse. So I'm going to take that, I'm just going to select all my tracks, go down to, I know I'm going kind of fast, but it's just kind of like the point is just to go fast. All right, So that song's done, and then we're doing this "Your Love Will Never Change" song. So same deal here. We finish this praise song. It'll end with the drums.
Ending.
Okay, cool, awesome. And then it looks like we're just going straight into this next song. So I'm gonna do it this way, but your love will never change. And then we've played the song a few times. I think it's in 6/8. And then I kind of look over here and figure out tempo 95. I make sure I'm selected here. I'm in automate. Like if you press A, you can see the automation go away. So just make sure you can see it. And then oh, this is track volume. So song tempo. There we go. All right, so I'm at the right spot on my cursor. I'm gonna change this now to 95, and then I'm gonna record the automation. Blam, cool. So then I just delete the change here. And then wham, my song's in, suddenly the right tempo. And then I'm just gonna drag this in here. So click, guide, keys, piano, synth. This is great.
2,
so I can already just kind of check my
3,
stuff.
4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna pull in the electric guitar in the effects track. I think that's everything.
Verse
right?
1.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna listen to this bass recording to see what the whole scoop is. If it's like actually bass, or sometimes they like do like a sub bass kind of thing. That sounds like a human, so I'm just gonna take that out. Oh, sorry. All right. Okay, so that's cool sounding. All right, so I don't know the song that well. So a lot of times I'll like bring in like what I'll call a ref track, and so I like to just like do some of this action, and so I'll just bring it in, and then a lot of times like I'll line it up to the actual recording. So I'm soloing this up. And I'm going to find like a section that has some transients. So that sounds heavy. So we'll like back this up. And then you can just literally like Ableton, if you zoom in enough, Ableton already like marks all the transients. Well, it should. And if it doesn't, I just like find the closest one. There's one. And then I like line it up with the actual multi-track. So solos.
Chorus 1. Hits.
And ba 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 ba. Okay, so
Chorus 1. Hits.
Any.
Your love will never change. Through the highs, through the lows, your love will never change. Never quit.
So like obviously that first hit was like pretty not on the grid, which is cool. It's live, but we just want to find something that's like a little tighter. So like we'll just kind of. A lot of times snares work better than kicks because there's like less going on in the track musically. So.
Chorus 2. All in.
Never quit, never fail. Never quit, never fail. Your love will never change. In my downs, in my shame, your love will never change.
Alright, so like that's still off, but like I figured out where it was. And this is all stuff you just get fast at when you jack with it enough. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time like belaboring this because this video will go for like 3 hours and it's not fun for anyone. But okay, cool. And I'm going to bring that down so that way if I bring it in, sometimes I will bring it in rehearsal. And you just don't want to like scorch anybody with your jams. So, alright, so now I have a little reference track. I usually leave these disabled. And then, so like during the service, like we have the song Praise, and then.
Ending.
So this ends with like this.
Refrain.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
1.
And then there's like a big drum hit at the end.
Ending.
Boom, blah blah blah. And then we'll just kind of give it a beat, and then I'm gonna delete all this time. So I'm just gonna hit Shift Command D. You can also like go to something, I don't know, edit, delete time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't ever do that. Just Shift Command Delete, and then okay. So now
Ending. 1.
and then I usually make these really fast. So it's like blah 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 blah,
1.
and then this is just
2.
enough time.
1, 2, 3,
And there's,
4,
like, a little
5,
intro.
6.
And that seems like more than enough time. You know, your mileage may vary. And then on this, there's no tracks coming out, so I'm not gonna like mess with any fades or something. I'm just working fast.
Verse
I'm not freaking making the Mona Lisa or anything. I don't think we really chopped the song up at all, and we're just kind of like doing it for the first time or two. And this is a big event, so I'm not gonna like mess with anyone here. We're just gonna play it straight. All right, cool. So then this happens. So it's like, ooh. Okay, so that stops. And like people get amped or whatever, and then same deal here. I'm just gonna leave a little bit of space, and sometimes I like will make the space. And this song is called Gratitude. Oh gosh, Gratitude. All right, cool. Same deal here. Even though we're already in 6/8, make a change so that way if you're like doing another song that's in 6/8 or in 4 or whatever, 5, whatever your weird band plays in. You just want it to rekey up the right tempo or time signature every time. All right, so same deal here as before, 78. We're going to record that. Cool. I'm going to delete it. You can either highlight and delete it or just like double click the handle and it deletes it. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. Uno segundo. I'm going to pause and freaking charge my trackpad like I'm dreaming on. Alright. Sorry. I'm freaking amateur hour here. Alright. Here we go. So I'm in Gratitude. Alright, this will be a good one. Because, like, we kind of, like, mess this song up a lot of times with, like, how we arrange it. Because it's just, like, I don't know. This song's kind of dumb, if you ask me. But it's cool. Everyone's, like, really into it. So, you know what? I'm not going to knock it. Alright, so, like...
1, 2.
So I still have my Ableton
1,
metronome
2, 3,
on,
4,
so that way I
5,
can hear
6.
make sure it's on the grid. All right, it has this weird intro. I don't know, dude. And then I don't ever bring in these acoustic guitars. It's just ridiculous. Like I can't tell you like how many times I've like seen people do that. It's just like I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know, man. It's just weird. If someone can explain it, I would be all ears. All right, I think I downloaded songs for this, but like we're doing it off this record called I've Witnessed It. Would love to know what that is, and I don't think I have that version of it here. This doesn't look like it. This is not it, so I need to find it. So like I'm just gonna go on a quick scavenge, and I don't see it. It doesn't seem to be one of these things. Maybe it's this. Nope. Not at all. Alright, so like we're just gonna do this old fashioned way. And like music directors and like show, lords out there, like don't be afraid to just spend $1 on iTunes and like buy the song. Cause like I just can't tell you how many times it's like, well, it didn't have the MP3, and it's like it's $1, dude. So I'm just gonna like find it. This freaking computer is like really slow. And here we are. Gratitude, Apple Music. I don't know how to do this. I've witnessed it. Alright, so that looks like our song here. So like to buy it, I can't believe I'm showing people how to do this on the internet, but here we are. So you go to show an iTunes store, and it's $1. Oh, I already own it. Oh my gosh. All right, so like to do that, then you just like I think you can just, no, you can't. All right. So now I'm going to go here. Gratitude, I've witnessed it. Okay. Oh, here we are. I said, okay, if you download it to your library, I don't know. No one cares, but like, if you're doing this, you should know how to do this. And if you don't, like, this is a good way of doing it. Okay, and then you just like grab it from your downloads, I guess. I don't even know how to find this. Maybe if I go here, okay. I'm trying to drag this to my freaking desktop. Sorry, this is like not good content, I know. I might skip ahead and like freak. Alright. Dudes, if I can't like make this go, I'm gonna show and finder. That'll do it. Alright. So I'm gonna throw my other like Second Baptist Church homies a solid and like upload this to this, that way like I'm not the only one doing this from now on, and so like all my boys, you're welcome. Alright. And then y'all owe me $1. Alright, so now I have this song and I'm pretty sure it's the right version. So I'm gonna get out of automation so that I don't have to I don't accidentally make sure whenever you're working that you don't like put automation in by accident and then you're like, why is the click soft or something? It's because you automated it. Alright, so same deal here. I'm gonna find a spot with some big transients. Alright, that sounds like it was gridded. So I don't know. Dude, yeah, I don't know. These songs are kind of funny. But you know what? Sorry, I'm not gonna like turn this into that. And I love playing music, and I'm happy I get to do it with my friends. And I like working in Ableton, and I also just like making fun of stuff. So here we are, big combo. Sorry. And then you just have to figure out where the heck you are. I don't know. Let's see.
Interlude. Chorus 1.
Alright, so that sounds like the last chorus. And I kind of am familiar with this song also. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so it's important that like you use the right reference from like the master stems you buy or download or whatever, so that way you're not like chasing your tail the whole time. And then now I have like my stuff all lined up, I think. I kind of check myself. This looks right.
Verse 1.
This ain't right.
Bridge.
Oopsie. Alright. Let's try again. The way I split that was just like highlight it and then hit Apple E and then okay. So let's see here now.
Interlude. Chorus 1.
Great. Alright, cool. Fancy. Alright, so now I have this like whole song. Okay, we don't do this whole song because like I just think it's kind of silly and to do it that way. So like I kind of look at like where it's at in the worship set stuff and like, oh, here we go. I was uploading that. Alright. Oh, cool. So it's right before the message. So like we're not gonna like short it too much, but like so just kind of like look at it and so it's like this happening.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Intro.
Okay, so I already don't want any of that. So that's like a good place to start. And I'm just kind of like make some marks here really quick. Okay, yeah, we're not going to do any of this.
Verse 1.
4, 5, 6. Alright, cool. So like I kind of know where I want my cuts to be here. So like we're going to finish this song, and I don't want to play an intro at all. And I can kind of see, like, oh, Brett's doing these two songs back to back. So, like, we'll give him a little beat to, like, reset. But, like, we don't need to freaking play the intro 145. And like Brett's really good, and he doesn't need like a 4 minute intro just to figure out how the song goes. So um, we'll finish this song. I think it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then so like that'll go pretty fast. I'm gonna make that transition here in a second, but like we'll do this like
One,
two,
two, 1, 2, 3, 4,
This will be like
5,
the new
6.
key. And verse
Intro.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, cool. So like I'm just gonna delete this whole intro. So I've already like kind of cut it to where I think it should be, and then I'm just gonna hit Shift Command Delete again. Voila. And then I'm gonna drag this back so I get the right cue.
Verse 1.
Oh my, yeah. Okay, cool, great.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So I'm gonna do like what I like to do a lot of times is like we finish the last song and then there's like a count in and then we drop into the new key on the downbeat. So I'm just gonna make like a little like guide here to remind everybody. We don't really like rehearse really that good, so or like intensive. It's just kind of like we just like to go as fast as possible. So it's just like
1, 2, key change 2, 3, 4.
yeah, that's fine. Key change.
1, 2, key change 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 1.
Cool. And then like same deal here, like verse 1. And then this is a faster way to do this actually. So I select all these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just drag it over. Don't hold command, and then you'll be at least like in the ballpark. Sorry, I'm kind of mumbling. Okay. So now
1, 2, key change 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6.
1, 2,
Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably tweak that guide, but just to like kind of remind myself what we're doing, I'll just leave it in there for now. And I kind of just will see like how we're doing, and if we need more assistance, then great. If not, so okay. So I'm gonna figure out how much time I need between these two songs. Okay, so these I'm just gonna go straight, bam, and then delete, and then my automation carries. So I'm just going.
1, 2, key change 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cool. So I'm gonna stretch
Verse
those
2,
out as much
3,
as
4.
possible, and then I'm just gonna make a fade. You can either do this by like manually dragging it, or like if you just like highlight all the similar tracks, you can just hit a key command, command option F, and it crossfades.
Key change 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cool. And then I'm gonna mute my ref,
Ending. 1,
and you just want to make sure that your tracks
key
don't
change 2,
sound
3,
dumb.
4, 5, 6.
And like I'm gonna mute this
Verse
weird
2,
vocal
3,
thing.
4, 5, 6.
Cool. I think we're in pretty good shape here. And same deal here, since I like made a big cut, I'm gonna fade all that. Okay, cool. So I now have like my deal. So that like gets me from song 1 to song 2 to song 3. So now I have to
Verse
figure out
2.
how I'm gonna play the song. So we're gonna do all this.
Chorus 1.
And then a lot of times I'll make like a MIDI track and just that's just Shift Apple T MIDI, and then I'll call this notes, and then I'll like if you make the track default to black, it like kind of makes it easier to read. So like I'll just make like little like dummy clips kind of. Oh shoot, just like make that big. Apple J will join it, and then just call that like make yourself little notes. It's like help yourself out a little bit.
Chorus 1.
And then I turn on my track again. Okay, so this is all fine. Summer chorus.
Vamp.
And then I'll just like copy and paste
Verse
this a lot of
3.
times.
Drums in.
And then I try to make the sections like the same. I'm gonna trim this back.
Vamp. Verse 3. Drums in.
I'm gonna keep all this. A lot of times we'll like cut this section out, but we're gonna keep it tonight. It's
Chorus
nice.
1.
And you can check yourself against the track. I'll probably come service time, I'll take that piano track out, but just for now, I'll listen to it.
Interlude.
Alright, so we'll like do that little instrumental section.
Interlude.
And we kind of play through this. A lot of times I'll like pre-cut stuff just so you know, I'm ready to trim it back in rehearsal, but a lot of times I'll do that with these like MIDI clips. That way it's like, oh, I know this section is this, so I can just like grab this whole section. I know it's all the interlude, and I can do that.
Bridge.
And I'm just like I'm like copy pasting and then renaming, so that way you don't have to like make new stuff. And then you can like change the colors of these if you're like into that. I don't find it that helpful, but you can do it. And I think we do this like 3 or 4 times.
Bridge.
So this keeps happening.
Bridge. Interlude.
Alright.
Interlude.
And then so I just kind of like use the guide track to kind of show me what the arrangement is.
Chorus 1.
Alright, so I can already tell I don't want this. So I just like, I'm literally going to click on this little note I just made and like shift command delete and delete it. And then I'm going to check my fade. Great. And then same deal here. I'm going to fade all those. And then
Chorus 1.
cool. So now I have this big chorus going.
Chorus 2.
And I already hear like a dumb tambourine track, so we're gonna like get rid of that really fast. I'm assuming it's this. Yep, don't want that. Alright. I like to not have stuff that like it's clearly like, okay, like most people know what a tambourine sounds like and what it looks like to play one. If like they don't see that on stage, I just feel like it's like kind of like, what are we doing, you know? Alright, this version does all these weird tags. Alright, I don't like all these, so we're gonna get rid of them.
Outro. Ending.
Alright, we do want the ending though. Alright, so I want this to be a bridge. So I'm just gonna like straight up insert like 16-ish bars, or maybe like, let's call it 32 bars. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna delete them later, but like, so I made myself some space. And then I want to do like a bridge or two here. Okay, I want to do 2 of these. So like, I'm just gonna like literally take this. I'm gonna cut it just so you don't have to cut it. I just do because it makes my life easier a little bit. Oh, but I forgot to copy it. All right, so I'm gonna cut it, copy, and paste. All right, so now I've like made my little arrangement. So like, and we're gonna build this.
Bridge.
All right, and then here, instead of going at 6, we're just gonna like end the song. So it's gonna be like get up and praise the Lord, and like finish. So like we're gonna use this downbeat. Cool. So like I'm gonna just make a little cut. Oh, I already did. Cool. Do that. And then I'm gonna go to here, Shift Apple Delete, and then yeah, and then I don't want my click to go. I just want all this to kind of like happen. All right, cool. So now I have my little arrangement. Cool. And then I'm gonna do this. Cool. And then like I'm gonna go ahead and disable this piano track in its entirety. I'm gonna make sure I delete all of it. Great. That's the only downside to like not being very organized is like your track labeling gets a little messed up, but like to fix it takes too much time, and I don't care. I'm never gonna look at this session again after November the 8th. So yeah, all right. And then normal Ableton stuff. Height will shrink all your tracks. Width will shrink them all wide. Height wide. Width wide. Goes back and forth. All right, cool. So we're doing this. All right. So now this is gonna go into teaching. All right. So we got a teaching, and then there's gonna be like the pastor will come up and pray. So hey, babe, I'm YouTubing. Sorry. Are you good?
Are you talking to me?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm YouTubing.
I'm sorry. I was.
No, it's okay. I love you.
Sending a video to them.
Oh, that's great. All right. Oh, all right. So like, I have these like pads I like bought on the internet, and they don't sound very good, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna make a little track that says pad. And I'm just gonna be able to like bring these in and out. This sounded like I think it's gonna be flat. All right. I'm just gonna try. Yeah. All right. Cool. So like I have my pad, and then I kind of get these like warmed up, and then I like just level match them. Yeah. Okay. So like now I have like my little pad going, and then this will like it can roll for freaking 20 minutes or however long he like wants to go, and then I think this track will like fade out. I don't know. You can buy these pads on the internet. They're like $30, and then you don't have to like mess with it. They sound fine. Warm pad. I don't know. I do put like some reverb on them just in case like I have to like fade them out or something, and there's like a little bit of tail. These sound kind of fine though. But like I'll just give myself like a little EQ and filter it down. Channel EQ EQ 8, and like give yourself a little filter, and then like when you're monitoring, just kind of like see what the vibe is. Because like you don't really want them to be that loud or like good sounding. You just have to have them there. And then like we have a keys player. He'll probably play on top of it. I just kind of like look for a reverb that like looks interesting. Long tail. Oh, warm reverb long. That's gonna be it, I think. All right. So yeah. So then it kind of allows you to run it a little louder. I'll kill my metronome. That sounds fine. I don't know. My computer fan is louder than the pad, which is probably the point. The AC in the room will be louder than the pad. It'll be fine. All right, so I have my little pad, and then I make myself a little note, like, pad for prayer. And then, okay, yeah, we're doing good here. This is good. All right, so then, like, we come out of this into, so usually, like, when it gets to this point, I'll make myself a little fade out. Oh my gosh. Fade out. And I'll give that a little key, like, for out, and then that way, like, you're playing, so, like, you finish the song, and it's, like, the guy's praying, prayer, and then you hit O, and then it takes you to the fade out. So, like, that's, like, kind of a handy thing. And then, like, I'll usually make myself a little stop cue, and I'll make it red, red for stop. And then I'll make it like a bar or two so that way I can see it whenever it's like, shrunk down. And I usually make this G8 just so I remember it, and I call it stop. And then the way that these work is like I'll just spit out, I'll use the IAC driver, which like freaking just Google how to do that. And then I'll MIDI myself a little reminder. So like here, and then click stop, and then it stops. Cool. I just made an auto stop key. That's like something you can find out on YouTube. We won't spend too much time on it here. All right. If you need help with that, just text me. All right. So now I've like done the first part of my set. Cool. It's like mostly there. I don't really like try to dial it too much in because like I'll like jack with it during rehearsal, and I'm playing drums and blah blah blah. So it's kind of just like whatever. So like, and then I come back here, and then our next song is this "Here It Is" song. So I'm gonna look here. We're halfway there, guys. Here it is, 63 BPM. So I'm gonna fix my time signature, and then 63, and then I'm gonna hit R. I'm gonna record my new tempo. All right, but we're doing like this invitation, so like I want to make sure here it is in B, yeah. So like I'm gonna go back to my little pad folder, and then like that's just like a folder on my computer. I just like bought these pads from like sickpads.com or something dumb. I don't know. These like companies have freaking gotta like get it together. This is like so, and I guess I'm the sucker. I bought it, so whatever. But like this is just silly. All right. So then like I make a little note to myself too. It's like, oh gosh, oh yeah, Ableton. These files are really big. I also like would kind of recommend using the MP3s because these files are really long, and you want them to be long because like you just never know how long you need the pad for, and so like a lot of times like I'll like use the loop. So like if you hit Option and bring the loop here, I'll make this loop go really big, and then that way you can hit L, and then like a lot of times I'll just like run it, and I'll tell the front of house guy like, hey, pads are running, do your worst, and then they can like bring it up and down as they need it or whatever. I don't, it just everyone's kind of depends on your crew and how you work with everyone. So I just let that loop a lot of times. Just make sure you like leave your loop on. Oh, I forgot to make a loop here. So same L, and that way it loops on, loops off, and I just kind of like make that handle right there. All right, so now we're in B. We'll kind of see like what the vibe is. I'm gonna plan for this to go one way, and then we kind of just go from there. So like I'm gonna start this here, or I'm gonna find the spot. Yeah, this looks like where the loop, this pad starts to like kind of taper off. And then so this is called Here It Is. I worship you, and this song is good. Yeah. So I know I kind of dogged on some of the other songs, but this song is a good song. So we're gonna do it good. All right. So same deal. Click guide, keys, loop, orchestra. Sure, that sounds great. And then just make sure you bring it to the right file. Yep, there it is. All right. I can already know just based on this band in particular has like they always have these like 8 guitar parts, and like you just don't want any of that. I'm sure it's awesome, and I'm sure the way I do it sucks. I just whatever. Here we are. All right. I'm sure everyone spent a lot of time on that, but we don't really need it. We're playing like for student ministry, and we just want it to be loud. We don't want it to be like busy. So
1, 2.
Here we go.
Intro. 2.
So there's this intro. Oh, I'll bring in the little reference track so we can hear ourselves work here. Sessions. Where's my stuff? Downloads. Here it is. 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 So same as before. I just have my little reference track. This one looks like it was like kind of like on the grid. So we'll see.
Intro.
Man.
2, 3, 4.
Yep, they bounce from 0. All right.
Intro. 2, 3, 4.
And this song we do a lot too. So like we don't want this intro. It's like kind of long.
Intro. Verse 1.
Okay, cool. So like we're just gonna like skip this intro altogether, and it's just gonna go like we're coming on invitation. We're kind of like in the vibes already. So like I'm just gonna literally like bring this in.
1.
We already have this pad going.
2. Intro. 2.
Oh, and so we need to fix our cue. Clicking guide cue.
2. Verse.
And then these I just kind of bring
3,
back so that way you
4.
can just fade them in. Yeah, and so like I'm leaving the piano in, but we're not gonna need it. Cool, a lot of action here. All right, so that's the song.
Verse 2.
All right.
Chorus. Turnaround.
Oh yeah, where did my? Oh, I have my ref here. All right, great. Oh.
Verse 3. Drums in.
Alright, cool. So, like, let's fix this. So, it's good to have, like, a good ref when you're working. So, like, we'll do it right.
Drums in.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I was kind of in the zone there for a second. Alright. So, like, now my ref is kind of lined up here. I don't want to do the second verse. It's, like, kind
Verse
of wordy.
3. Drums in.
Alright, so, like, we just want to do double chorus here. So, like, we're going to skip
Chorus.
ahead. Alright, so, like, that's our chorus.
Turnaround.
Cool. So, like, I just literally selected and deleted it. We've done that a few times now. You should be fairly comfortable with that. Sorry, I was kind of off screen. I'm going to give myself a little 1, 2, 3, 4 to help all my friends out, know where we're at.
Turnaround. Chorus. 2.
I'm going to delete
3,
this.
4.
Cool, and then I'll just make some fades. Sometimes the fades, like, aren't necessary. You just kind of have to, like, see, like, what you're dealing with. A lot of times I just make them, and then if they sound bad, it doesn't really matter. And if they poke out, just, like, monitor really well. And if they poke out, you can just, like, fix them at rehearsal. It's not a big deal.
Interlude.
Alright, so now we have this, like, little interlude section. I like the song a lot. I call this, like, the Fix You build from that Coldplay song.
Bridge.
And, like, same deal here. I, like, barely, like, I'll make myself some notes, you know, but, like, not for every song, you know. It's just kind of, like, as I need it. Like, this song we've done a million times. This song we haven't, but, you know, I might make some notes during rehearsal. I like to play it a few times to kind of see what we're going to do that night. And then this song I was, like, chopping up, and I kind of wanted to show everybody, like, what to do there, so whatever. And then same thing here. So I'm going to chop this song up towards the end. I already have a little bit, so, like, I'll kind of, like, make a note or two.
Chorus.
And then I'm guessing this is that again. And then cool. And then bridge.
Bridge. Bridge. Slowly build. Bridge. Build. Chorus.
So this,
Alt in.
yeah.
Breakdown. Outro. Breakdown.
so like this is all happening. I'm gonna run my metronome just to make sure I'm still on.
Breakdown.
Alright, cool. So I want to go back into the bridge here, just like we did gratitude. So I'm just gonna add in like, you know, another 32 bars of stuff. And then I want to go
Breakdown.
worship. 1, 2, 1, 2. And I kind of like doing these like long builds. 2, 1, 2. We'll see. It's easier to build them longer and then cut them down in rehearsal than it is to do it the other way. All right, so now I want to do 2. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 bridges at the end. So I'm just gonna go through here and cut Apple E this section. You don't have to cut it. You can just copy it, but I like to cut it just so I can like know where I'm at in the song. All right, so yeah, so like
Breakdown.
and then we kind of need to just so like a lot of times we have this little build section, so I just will kind of like harvest apart from,
Interlude.
like, this interlude probably works. Yep. And so like same deal here.
Bridge.
And then I'll literally just copy and paste it here. And remember, like, yes, the track sounds different, but it doesn't matter because like your band should be playing in a way that like doesn't rely on this to make the song work. You know, like none of these guys in Passion or any of that, like they're not. If you see them live, or I don't know, I've never seen them live, but I'm assuming that like they don't. It's not just like Track Town. They're like great players and good dudes, I'm sure, and don't do that.
Slowly build.
So, yeah.
Bridge. Slowly build.
So like we have this like long build section now, which I think is really funny, but we'll see if Brett likes it. It's just kind of a guessing game sometimes to see. So like, but I'll make notes. You know, it's not fair to him to be like, haha, funny.
Breakdown.
2, 3, 4.
Build.
So like, and I'll just make these like.
Build. Build. Bridge.
Yeah, so like that's cool, and then like same here, 2,
2.
3, 4. Bring it in, don't hold command, and then just drag them backwards. I'm sure there's like a faster and better way to do that, and if you know it, just like tell me instead of, you know, talking about me behind my back.
Build. Build. Build.
So yeah, so like this build section's
Build.
happening.
Build. Bridge. 2, 3, 4.
So cool.
Build. Chorus.
All right, so that's where I want the song to end. So like, 1, 2, ending, go.
Chorus.
All right, so like, I'm gonna delete that. I want the song to end on that big 5 chord. I'm gonna see if there's one here.
Ending.
There's not.
Outro.
All right, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna see if I can make it work. And if not, then
Build. Outro.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume I'm not gonna be able to make this work out. So what I'm gonna do though is like do that, and then I'm gonna do not do that, and then I'm gonna lose this. And then I'm not even gonna mess with the piano. It doesn't matter because we're not using it live. All right. So deactivated that. That should like get me in the vicinity of.
Outro.
Sorry.
Build. Outro.
Oh, and then I'm gonna mute my ref.
Build. Outro.
Alright, I don't want that to begin with, so like we're just gonna make this cut short. What goes into this prodigals? Alright, so
Build. Outro.
alright, and we don't want that. So it's gonna go like
Build.
on the altar. And then oh you know what? We're gonna like do a bridge of that because it's like so cool. So we're gonna like warm into this and we'll kind of like use this pad. I don't love using pads to kind of cover up stuff, but
Build.
yeah, and then we'll have like a little moment of like response and stuff. And so resist the temptation to like shorten this. Just leave it in, and if it's like a big space, it's a big space. But just like space for a down chorus. Just leave yourself a little note. And then that way you have it. And that way the keys player can kind of like reset and like he can move around or whatever. Or you can not do it. It could be a thing where it's like I don't like playing with like the tambourine, the keys player cannot like playing with the keys track. It just kind of depends on your band and all that. But like a pad here and there, not gonna kill anybody. Alright, so like we're gonna come out of that. And then this is going to go into the next song. So, like, I'm going to want this to be pretty fast. So, a lot of times I'll cut these to make the fades faster. So, like, I'm pretty hot and strong here. So, like, I'm going to go into our next song. So, dot. And then this is called Prodigals. And then I'm going to check out I'm going to double check and make sure I'm doing the right song. Yep. All right. We play this song, like, real cut and dry. Prodigals. So here it is, 134. So I'm going to reset the tempo here. 1, 3, 4. Record. And then I'm going to hit A for automation. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to wait to do that real quick. All right. So we do the song exactly like the record. I'm going to bring all this in, but I'm probably going to like take it out. Looks good. So put it down on my click track channel.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Cool.
Intro.
So like same deal here. I'll just like fade this out over the count in.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
So yeah, so this will be like big hits.
2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I know that song pretty well, so I'm not gonna like do too much else on it. All right, next song. Prodigals. Okay, this song Praises.
Big ending.
All right, cool. Oh, and I'll probably like delete the piano and stuff. Oh, this is like live perk, Gonzo, piano, gone. Suspended cymbal. I'm the drummer. All right. And then a lot of these during rehearsal, I like listen to like these like pops and whips and stuff. Like some people like them. I don't. Do you? Like they're cool on records, but like live, it's like, I'm like probably overplaying anyway. So like you might as well just let it ride. All right, that's gonna do that. And then this song Praises starts with this like vocal sample that is pretty cool. So Praises. All right, and then so, oh yeah, all right. So 4/4, and then same deal here. 72. This is Praises plural. All right. So and then I just delete the handle, delete that, get out of automation mode, prevent yourself from any problems. All right. So now I'm gonna do this. I don't. Same deal here. I don't know.
1, 2, chorus, 2, 3, 4.
This song is kind of like more involved, so I'm gonna bring in the guitar parts just to see if there's like stuff there that like we want. But I'm gonna let them load. All right, so this song has these like vocal hits at the beginning. It's like I forgot where it's at. I guess it's in these tracks here. There's a couple ways you can do this. So like we play them.
1, 2.
Yeah. So it's this
Chorus. 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so that's cool. Like we want this deal. But like I don't feel like this sample sounds very good on its own. Like it's probably great for the recording, but for like live, you want it to hit a little more. So like I'll take this and double it.
All my friends just wanna be famous, living life with a lot of time wasted. I choose you, your words missing.
4.
My friends just wanna be famous, living life with a lot of time wasted. I choose you.
And then like I'll raise this up a lot, and so they kind of like blend together. And you can kind of clip your output, and it's fine.
3, 4.
You just want this to be really big. So yeah, so I'm just gonna fade that a little
3,
bit.
4. Johnson.
Alright, so like I already know I don't want that. And then like that's cool, we'll keep that. Yeah, that's cool. Like that won't be played live. And you won't be able to tell that it's not being played live, so you might as well have it. And that's cool, that's just noise. Alright. Noise is always cool. It's just like the dumb whips and stuff that come from like those weird Calvin Harris records that were big like 5 years ago. You like that, you know, you don't need that. Same here with all this like percussion stuff. I'm not a good drummer, so like I'm gonna take it out so it doesn't make me look dumber. I'm gonna leave that in just in case it feels good. I usually end up taking it out. Alright, so this song is like pretty cut and dry. Sometimes I'll like take the little like vocal hits and stuff. There's these little like hits here. But I think we're gonna be pretty crunched for time in the service, so we're not gonna like do anything crazy. That'll be like another week lesson. Lesson. Yeah, right. Alright. And then this song finishes. Cool. That's great. Alright. And then that'll go into... We'll probably have like a little bit of like... So maybe here I'll like give myself a little stop. And then like... So same deal as before. I'll just make myself a little like stopper cue. And then I'll call this stop. I will turn it red. You can also just copy and paste it. I find it just to be faster to make one really fast. I don't know. I'm just crazy. All right. And then that will, just in case you need it, whatever. So that stops. And then we do this last song called Phenomena. That's really big. Phenomena. It's a lot, you know, it's just a real rock. Oh, nope. Can't spell. All right, cool. And then same deal here. This track, we do it like the record, but we might just like, it just depends on like the vibe of the room and everything. Where's the guide? I'm going to bring all these keys tracks in, all this weird stuff, all this, all that. I think it's all I need. All right. Yeah, I'm like not really afraid to leave stuff out. We never use vocal tracks.
Verse 2, 3.
Oh, I forgot to do the tempo. All right, so like, yeah, this is great. I'm glad I forgot to do this. All right, so make sure your time signature change. Yep, cool. And then what's the tempo? 132.
1, 2.
All right, cool, great. And we're back.
1.
So that's why it's so important to like leave the metronome on, so that way like if you kind of like brain fart, you can fix it really fast.
Verse 2, 3, 4.
Great. All right, cool. So that all happens. We play the song like a trillion times over the summer. It's a lot of fun in our little group.
Break. Refrain. All in.
Okay, and then we like double this section up. So like,
Ending.
all right, so like I just will literally do this and then shift Apple D. So like I cut up my section I wanted, and then you can just like duplicate time, shift Apple D. I just do shift Apple D. So now I've duplicated it.
Break. Refrain. All in.
So that's happening. You can kind of see the click track die because it's the end of the song the first time, so you kind of have to clean this section up a little bit. There's no keys parts, but just want to make sure. Nope. All right. So like there's like some weird part. So yeah, so it's like this weird little like hi-hat part thing.
Ending.
And then a lot of times I'll just like drag all these out to the end, so that way it like looks like it ends right. I don't know. It just doesn't matter at all. But you know, freaking do your thing. Do what makes you, you know, do what you need to do to like not be bothered. And then like we kind of do like a weird ending to this.
Refrain.
A lot of times I'll like take the tempo and like slow it way down. You can do a million things. It doesn't really matter. This service actually is like kind of. I did this because I thought it was going to be like a little more involved, but I think instead it's like pretty chill. So I'll do more as we go. But if anyone watches this, if nobody watches it, then it's great also because it probably sucks. All right, so that's all my songs. Okay, so now I want to like kind of like put all the finishing stuff on this. So like, I don't know. Sometimes we do things to time code for like backgrounds and lyrics and lighting. We're gonna do it for this service. So I have some time code files here that are just like hour 1 to 20, 24, 48, and then like I just like literally go through. These are like, if you don't know what time code does, then like don't worry about it. But I just usually do this last, so that way I'm not like chopping up the time code. Unless you're already programmed for it another way, and then like you want it, that way. Also, these files are freaking loud. I always like turn them all the way down and then like fade it in, so that way, just in case like the monitor guy has it patched wrong or like you have it routed wrong, you don't like blow everybody out the first second. So just always start with it off, and then you can fade it in. But it's like a really obnoxious sound, and it can be really loud, and you just don't want to like. That's like such a crappy way to start. So, and I usually just do this for like sections that have tempo. If I do like a bigger thing, I can talk more about it. But for tomorrow night, it's just like literally, I think we're just gonna like queue up a couple backgrounds with it for LED. So it's not really like that involved. So we're just gonna like kind of bare bones it. But this is like a good like I'm just literally they're just audio files. And I literally just like drag them in and I route them to like a separate audio channel, and then it just like hits everything it needs to hit. Okay, so we have 7 hours of time code for 7 songs, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, cool. And then it's kind of good to like in Ableton. It's kind of handy to like mark time, so like you can click on like a whole file and then like come down here, and then the time will be in the very bottom. So like when you click here, duration 4:51, here. Oh gosh, I don't know, sometimes it's weird. Maybe it's just at the same time. Anyways, but you can like catch your time and stuff, so that way if you're like my church is pretty serious about being on time and like having the time sorted out. So we try to be as close to that as possible. And so like I usually won't do it until the service goes, but like tomorrow or something I'll put it together. All right, so now I have my set. I have my SMPTE files. I'm gonna go ahead and route these to like external outs. Even though I don't have any here, I'm just gonna go ahead and like set it up to where it's supposed to be that way. My pad, I'm going to go to the master, my reference track, I usually set this to external out 1 and 2, even though 1 and 2 ends up being my master. External out, this will actually be like 7 and 8, or whatever. Okay, and then everything else, like some people will like divvy out files to like, have 8 out. Like I think our little rig has 8 outputs, but I only use a few of them. I don't. We're not like a tracks band or tracks heavy operation, so I've just always been mixing it down myself and sending like a little 2 channel master. I use this little fader to where it's like if I'm editing on my own computer or something, like I can route that to the master and then use this to like send my reference anything that's like going to different outputs like click and track and guide, and so that way it shows up. But like,
Bridge 1.
but yeah, but obviously.
Bridge 1.
So yeah. Oh, that got loud because I was like, why is it so loud now? All right, yeah, that got loud because it is coming out of the external out sound. All right, but so I'm gonna move this back to master just so it doesn't like, and all the routing stuff. Most people know the routing stuff. It's like all this other little like duplicate sections. Like it's all the arranging stuff that like I think a lot of people get lost on really easy, or like just are kind of afraid to do it. That's kind of what I show. Most people can get through routing and all that, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. All right, on the master fader though, I do like to like process a little bit. Ableton's a really light software, and it's pretty good about like if you use all the stock plugins, it's like pretty fast and like you can get away with like I usually do this at 2 dB, and I'll play a track or two and like watch, but like it's pretty nice to just like have a little bit of limiting on the end, and then I'll do like pretty just generic stuff like a multi-band compressor, and like sometimes it makes it sound better, sometimes it doesn't. I don't
Verse
know.
2.
Kind of like fattens it up a little bit, and then another thing I like to do is like a little bit of like a weird amount of flange. So like, obviously that sounds dumb, but like if you
Verse 2.
okay, so then like. Just like the littlest amount kind of like adds a little bit of width, and it's just funny to put flanger on your master bus, so like you should do it. Maybe like
Refrain.
a little more, yeah, something like that. Okay, so then like I'm trying to think what else I do. Oh, I usually put like a little bit of EQ on it, and usually I do this first, and I actually like will low pass the tracks. I've been in a lot of situations where like you're just kind of like blowing and going. I'm gonna mute the clicks and stuff for now. But like a lot of times like the tracks are kind of just there to supplement, and they can get really loud in the mix really fast if you're not like super on it. And a lot of times like at church, like the front of house guy is dealing with like 9 jillion things, and he has like 10 pastors coming at him asking about their handheld mics, and like he has like a youth guy coming up asking about slides, and then he's also like the quasi facilities guy, so he's just dealing with a lot of stuff, and like a lot of times he's like mixing the band is like obviously like what he wants to do the most, but like is not what they're able to do for the majority of the time a lot of times, and like half the time they're like dealing with other stuff, so like you just kind of want to hand them stuff that's like a little more ready made. And then it's really easy though for those tracks to like get real crazy, and if you like listen to this, like this is not the loudest, like you don't want this to be the loudest thing in your mix. I'm already listening to this and like I hate the way this sounds. So like a lot of times what I'll do is just like high pass the tracks, just so like they're there, but like they're not like eating up all this like bandwidth, like, and they're not like, it's really hard to make them really loud if they don't sound very good. So like this song is a good example, like a ton of tracks, but like that's so dumb sounding. So like just like kind of filter it down, and it like sounds cooler. It doesn't sound good, but like it doesn't have to. It's the freaking tracks. Like the vocals are like the most important thing, and then like I don't know. You just don't want your tracks to be like this loud feature, Like it's just like something to support, not to be like sick. We got these tracks and they're so sick. Okay, so I think that's like the master. I went through key commands. I went through like I'm gonna video us like playing and rehearsing tomorrow, so that way you can kind of see like the operation of it now that I've kind of like set it up. And then like if you want to give yourself some like start, I'll kind of like number off songs, if that helps you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And like that's like this is like our big youth feature. I built this from scratch. I think I started like an hour and a half ago. I did it pretty quick. It's really easy. I made some arrangements back. I cut up some songs. Some of them will play straight through. Some of them I'm gonna change tomorrow night during rehearsal. So it's just about like kind of being fast and agile. I'm gonna delete this cue once I load it onto the computer. And so like now I'm like kind of ready to go for my service. So now I'm doing this at my house. Obviously, I am on this like 10-year-old iMac. You don't need like I'm using the built-in microphone and the speakers. Like you don't need gear to do this. I'm on Ableton 10. You don't need like all this stuff. I'm on like freaking 5-year-old software in a 10-year-old computer. So like now I'm gonna go to manage files, and to get this onto like my show computers, which are 15-year-old computers, um, even older. I'm gonna package this file up. So I'm gonna go to manage files, and it's gonna bring me up this little dialog on the right hand side here, and then I'm gonna say collect all these files into the project. So I'm gonna say collect and save. So this way, it's now bringing in all these files that I've drug in from like sickworshippads.com and worshiptracks.org, and it's going to bring them into this Ableton session. So that way, when I move the file around, I don't open it up on another machine. And it's like, where are the audios? Like kind of vibe, because that happens. And so like, so now we'll like go. So this is happening. I know this like kind of sucks to look at, but this is like a real life experience for everyone. Sorry. All right. Okay, and then Ableton, I don't know, maybe someone can like answer this. If you're freaking into this video and you're about to send me a correction, I'll buy you freaking lunch. But this is gonna finish up, and then Ableton, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's something I do wrong, but like every time I have to do this twice all the time. Like I just did this, and here I go doing it again. I don't understand why. If someone could tell me what that's about, I would freaking love to know. And this would all be worth it if I don't have to do this ever again. Okay, so like all this is happening. You can kind of see like what your session's looking like and everything. And then I'm gonna come here. Okay, so now hit OK, manage project. All right, cool, great. So now everything's here. So now I'm gonna say create pack, and then I have my live session, which that's how that looks. And then this is going to make like what they call an Ableton Live Pack, an ALP. And I'm just going to turn this into save. And then this is going to make like basically an Ableton style, like an Ableton zip file. I don't know. It just like, it's kind of nice for me personally. I just like moving one file around. I'm always worried about like one random file getting corrupted. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so screwed. And then like by the time you like chop everything up, you just like want to only do that once. So I like moving everything as one big file. And then also it's kind of nice just to be able to keep it in multiple places. So you have like multiple ways of saving it, which is nice. So like this is all gonna like package it into a file. This process takes a while. It's like a lot of audio. It also makes it way smaller to transport around. So it's like this will go from like a 6.3 gig file of data things to like something that's hopefully around like 1.5 gigs. We'll see, but this takes a while, and it's you just kind of have to like let it do its thing. So we're gonna wait here for this, but I hope this has been like kind of useful. I come across a lot of people that use Ableton Live and like know a lot about it, and sometimes it's just nice to see how other people do things, and you can either just like laugh at how dumb they are, or or say, oh, that's a cool way of doing that, I will try that, or or just don't do anything. It doesn't matter. It's like it's just about getting your service done in a way that you're excited about. And all this is just like tools for playing music. It's not really playing music. It's just a way to help you play music. So it's just important to like keep it in perspective. It's like not the main thing. Like playing an instrument is or singing is. Like, it's really easy to make Ableton Live like the star of the show, but it's, it's just there to support you. So, and if it's not doing that, then you need to like either learn more about it so it can, or stop using it. So, yeah. Oh, and then it always looks like it freezes here, and it's just weird, and you just have to stare at it long enough for it to like not freak out, and then it will finish up. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay. So yeah, it kept on freezing because I think I was like also recording video and everything. Okay. So now I have my little pack saved, and I'm just gonna go to my little sessions folder I have on my computer. I'm gonna go to Dropbox, and I'm just gonna transfer this. Yeah, people know how to do this. I don't know. I'm just including this so you can really feel like you saw the whole process. But here's my ALP file. It's 1.47 gigs. Look at that. And then I'm just gonna go in here. I have like a little Dropbox I use, and then I just like literally save all these files. I usually go through and delete them like once a year, but I usually keep them just in case there's like some random arrangement that we did that we liked, so something I can just like pull it from there. Or if we had a certain configuration of something, or just for backup, I leave them in there for a while and then delete afterwards. But my internet's really slow at my house, so this is gonna upload, and then and then tomorrow I'll like load in, and I'll kind of like show you the show files and computers and all that, and it should be a real nice time. But thanks for coming along board with me on this. Good night. Okay, so here I am. I've already like unpacked this rig, but basically this is like my little tracks rig. It's like pretty modest, but it's just two Motu ultralights going into a radial SW8. I have the Mark II version. The Mark I version is also fine. I don't really use any of the features that the Mark II provides, so you just need something to switch back and forth. And then I have like my 4 outputs, so tracks left, tracks right, time code, click, and then I have this 15-year-old MacBook Pro. Usually for a program like this, I'll probably like run redundantly, which is what I'm set up for. But for right now, I'm just gonna use one machine, and then if I need to like do my thing, I can add another one later. It's like not really a big deal, but usually I don't really use two. I've like never needed it, and it's just like one more thing to deal with. And if we like lose tracks, then I can just like fix them quicker than I can like switch over and hope it's right and all that. It makes sense if you have like a dedicated playback engineer, but we don't. So basically the radial, you can set it up to like have a pilot tone and all that. I don't really mess with that. I just kind of A/B if I needed to. So this is just plugged into this interface. I leave both on just in case one locks up, and then I can switch over that way. I need to download my session here. So I made my ALP last night. So I'm just going to come here, and from my Dropbox, I'm just going to, download it to my computer here from one 10-year-old MacBook Pro to another. And then we'll get going here. And now I'm just downloading this ALP to like the downloads folder. I try to advise people against putting stuff on their desktop because it caches into the RAM, which eats up, memory. So like if you're one of those like desktop lords with like a bunch of stuff on your desktop, you should stop doing that immediately. All right, so this is on my thing. So I'm gonna eject this hard drive. I'm gonna unplug it from my computer. And then I'm gonna open this up, and then I have it right here, ALP. And then if you just double click this, it'll automatically open up Ableton and ask us where it wants to go. So it's just gonna install this pack, kind of like it would like a zip file or something, but it's just kind of a convenient way to like move files around with Ableton. All right, so now It's the same deal here. I just like to use whatever folder, but just something that's not on your desktop. So I just install it in my downloads folder because I'm going to delete it after tonight anyways. So that's going to install. So that installed into my downloads folder here. So you can like open it up. You can see right there. I'm going to open it up from here. It doesn't really matter what you do. So open live set. And then downloads, and then here's my set. I made it on my other computer, and now it's on this computer. Voila. So that's gonna open up. It's gonna take a minute to buffer, and there's all my songs. So now I'm gonna just like, since I'm gonna make sure my interface is on and everything. Cool, looks good. Ultralight, and then sorry, I know this probably should be screen recorded, but here we are. And then so yeah, so now I'm just gonna come here. I'm gonna route my click track to 8. I'm gonna route my guide to 8. Some people bust these. It doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna route my time code to 7. And remember, I have it off and all the way down, so I'll just like bring that up as we need to go. And then I route everything else just to the master, and it's just there. I'm gonna save that, and then we should be good here for some rehearsal. I'm gonna go check time code in the control room. So I'm just gonna run this for a while, and so yeah, so you can kind of see here that's happening. I'm gonna go ahead and turn time code up so that way I can see it. No one's wearing ears right now. Hopefully nothing's on. And yeah, so I bring that to like 10 under. It doesn't have to be like scorching hot. Sometimes if it's too hot, it'll clip the output and then distort the time code signal, which you don't really want to do. So I'm gonna bring that to a nice 5 under. And then, yeah, so it's outputting there. And then it's outputting here. And so I'm gonna let this run. And I'm looking good for a rehearsal here in a little bit. So I'm gonna go check to make sure everything's good, but I think we're gonna be square here. Sick.
Okay. Do you need anything? Luke needs both him and Blake down a little bit. Okay. Keep playing, Blake. Blake down for Luke. That's good.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
Could I get less of Brett's vocal
1.
and then
two,
more of the SPD
Intro. 2.
and less of Blake's vocal
Okay.
and then more of Blake's keys just a little bit?
Okay. More SPD.
And then can you play?
1, 2. Intro. 2, 3, 4. Refrain.
I could use more of the cues.
Refrain. First 1.
Sorry, Sid.
Verse 2.
Brett could use less of Jackson's bass. That is really hot.
Pre-chorus. Chorus 1. All
Maybe
Drums.
what's the difference?
Drums will take less as well.
Drums less what?
Less bass for drums.
Okay.
Verse
More
3.
click for Luke. More
click
tracks
Luke.
for Luke.
Okay.
More click for Raz as well.
Also for Raz. Also for Brett. Reagan, talk to
Verse
your mic.
4.
Hey, 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 hey. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, real quick. Brett could use less Reagan's mic. Keep going.
Hey, 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 hey.
Pre-chorus.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, Molly.
Chorus 1.
Hey, hey,
All
hey, hey,
in.
hey, hey, hey. Hello, 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 hello.
That can come down just a hair
Hey,
more.
hey, hey, hey.
Can you hear yourself?
Chorus 2.
Can you hear yourself?
Enough.
Molly needs more of herself.
Okay.
Does anybody over here need less Molly or Reagan?
Interlude.
Blake needs less of Molly and Reagan.
Raz needs less of both as well.
Got it.
Interlude.
And then can I get them like pan towards the right? They're on stage right.
Okay.
Like you can put Reagan all the way right, and then
Bridge.
Molly like, you know,
Got it.
and then less Luke guitar.
Bridge. Slowly build.
Okay. Shall we? Hey, Matt, are you good to go? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, Andy, could I have a touch less of Luke's guitar, but a little of Brett's?
Yeah.
And could you like put Luke towards the left and Brett towards the right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Could you do that for me too?
Andy, can I get just a hair less of Luke's guitar?
Yeah. What was your thing, Blake?
Whatever Raz suggested. You can do it
Panning?
for me too.
Okay.
Yeah, and Luke down and Brett's guitar up. Also.
Got it. All right.
Oh, and Luke would like his click centered.
Okay. Alrighty.
Matt, do you need to hear anything? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Did that gain just change in my vocal? Hey, 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 hey.
Sorry, say that again, Britt.
We're good. All right, let's make some music.
Okay. Wait, is Matt good? Is he there?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
And then he has like this talkback's going to him and comms and all that. Chickity check, 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 check. Just because Jason want to have like a really good viz. Talk, 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 talk. And it's on a switch, so I'll just switch it off.
Is there music coming from somewhere?
1 second, Brett.
I don't think I am.
Who's this crazy gringo?
Chuck. Check. Check.
He's
Check.
working on Brett. Sorry, Russ.
Okay.
He's trying to get talk back.
Sorry, I just want to make sure we don't like miss lyrics or anything, since no one can see them except people on this side.
Okay, he said he's got talk back.
Okay, cool. And Jason has it in the back. Hey, hey, check, 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 check. Talk back, talk back.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, cool. Here's the top of the service. Praise.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4. Refrain. Refrain. Verse 1.
I'll praise in the valley, and I'll praise on the mountain. I'll praise when I'm sure, I'll praise when I'm doubting.
Verse 2.
Praise when I'm numbered.
Hey, Luke needs less of Brett's vocal.
Okay.
'Cause praise is a water, my enemies drowning.
Pre-chorus.
As long as I'm breathing,
Chorus
I've got
1,
a
all
reason
in.
to praise. Y'all sing. Oh, my soul. Praise the Lord, oh, my soul.
Verse 3.
And I'll praise when I don't. Praise 'cause I know you're still in control.
Verse 4.
Praise is a weapon. Oh, it's more than a sound. Praise is a shout that brings Jericho down.
Pre-chorus.
As long as I'm breathing,
Chorus
I've got
1,
a
all
reason
in.
to praise.
2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sorry, I let this on.
It's a built-in applause.
It's like, guys, they love us.
Can Reagan have more Molly, please? Hey.
Verse 1.
I know nothing could ever come close to your goodness and peace, so tender and sweet. When I stumble, my volition leaves me wanting, leads me back to your door.
Chorus 1. Hits.
Anytime, any place, any pain, your love never changes. Through the highs, through the lows, your
Chorus 2. All in.
never changes. Never quits, never fails. Your love will never change. In my doubt, in my shame, your
Turnaround.
love will never change. Your love never change.
Verse 2.
My vision, I wanna see you. Y'all sing. Give me meaning and direction. Let me live in your perfection. There's no one I could run to. With chaos overwhelming, you're the one I'm turning to.
Chorus 1. Hits.
Anytime, any place, any pain, your love will never change. Through the highs, through the lows, your
Chorus 2.
love
All in.
never quits, never fails. Your love, in my doubts, in my shame, your love will never change.
Interlude. Breakdown. Bridge 1.
Where could I hide from your love? Where could I fall from your grace?
Bridge 2.
Who else could do what you do? Where could I hide? Where could I go?
Bridge 1. Hits.
Where could I hide from your love? And fall from your grace.
Bridge 2. Build. Chorus 1. Hits.
Anytime, any place, any pain, your love.
Chorus 2. All in.
Your love will never change. My doubts, in my shame, your
Outro.
love will never
Ending. 1, 2. Keychain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, sure, I got nothing new. How could I express all my gratitude?
Verse 2.
I could sing these songs as I often do. And every song must sing. Can I get some more of Luke's guitar? And you never do.
Chorus 1.
So I throw up my hands, praise you again and again. All that I have is a hallelujah.
Chorus
Y'all sing
2.
on this? And I know it's not much, I'm nothing else fit for a king, except for a heart singing. Oh, hallelujah.
Vamp. Verse 3. Drums in.
I've got just one more. And my arms stretched wide. I will worship you.
Chorus 1.
So I throw up my hands, praise you again and again. All that I have is a
Chorus 2.
I know it's not much fit for a king, except for a heart singing.
Interlude.
Maybe a little more of my guitar and a hair more slick.
Interlude. Bridge.
Oh, come on, my soul. Oh, don't you get shy on me. You do your song. You got a lion inside of those songs. Get up and praise the Lord.
Bridge.
Oh, come on, my soul. Don't you get shy on me. You do your song. Still hanging on one.
Bridge.
Come on, my soul. Get up and praise the Lord.
Bridge.
Come on, my soul. Get up and praise the Lord.
Interlude.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Chorus 1.
So I throw up my hands, praise you again and again. All that I have is a
Chorus 2.
fit for a king, set for a heart singing.
Tag.
Oh, come on, my soul, don't you get shy on me.
Raz, can you play real quick
Yeah.
your SPD? I haven't heard it yet. All right. Thank you.
Andy,
Yes.
could I get more tracks?
Bridge.
More tracks.
Less bass.
More tracks, less bass.
If you need changes,
less
Could
bass.
Reagan have more for self, please?
Yes.
Andy, I could use just a hair less of Reagan.
Less Reagan. Okay. Anybody else?
More drums. Luke would like more drums and more of the SPE. And more Brett's guitar.
Okay.
I could use more Brett's guitar too.
Okay.
That's pretty good though. Thank you for.
Raz, the recording, the multi-track thing, it's peaking. Do you want me to do anything?
Oh, just turn the bus down on your
Oh, it's
console.
okay.
Yeah. Thanks, dog. It's my vlog. Hi. Can I get more of Brett's guitar and Luke's guitar just a little bit?
Here's Hannah's mic for everybody.
One. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, that is very hot in my mix.
Me too.
I'll take less as
All
well.
right, 1 second. Keep going, Hannah. All right.
Reagan needs more of Molly, please. Hey, 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 hey.
Sorry, say that again.
Thank you, sorry.
Wait, who said something? Reagan?
Now I hear her. It's like glitching.
Luke
Something's
could use more keys.
Reagan is good. Reagan is great.
Oh, this isn't talkback. This is vocal mic. More. He wants more of my mic.
Got it.
Hey Mason. Hey Mason. All the way over there. Top of set, we'll go blackout. Once
Jackson could use less of Luke's guitar.
and like I don't know if you can strike that wall. I don't know if you're able to do that, but let's do Here It Is.
This will be like out of invitation, and there'll be like pads and stuff. And then it goes straight into the verse.
1, 2,
Nah.
verse. 3, 4.
Lord, I long to bring an offering, but I don't know where to start. All I have is on the table. I won't hold back a single part.
Verse 2.
Sometimes I cannot find a language. Sometimes I'm at a loss for words. I just want to give something to let you know you're still first.
Chorus.
Oh, I worship you. And I worship you. The one I
This will repeat the chorus.
I worship you.
Chorus. 2, 3, 4.
I worship you. You're the one I love. You're the one I choose. And
Interlude. Bridge.
Before you ever wanted what's my heart, here it is.
Bridge. Bridge. Slowly build.
Before you ever wanted what's my heart.
Bridge. Build. Chorus. All in.
I worship you.
Build. 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 Bridge. 2, 3, 4.
Lay it all.
Bridge. Ending.
And I left space for after that.
If all you ever wanted was my heart, here it is, here it is. I lay it all on the altar. If all you ever wanted was my heart, here it is, oh here it is. I lay it all on the altar. What kind of
1.
Or is there like more
we could
invitation
do
after
like a
that?
big trash or whatever.
Is there more invitation after that or anything?
No.
Okay.
Can I get a little bit more of that Raz talk back, Andy?
Raz talk back. Ta, 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 ta. Hey, was that long build okay? Milk. Did you ever see The Ring? This is from that movie.
One, two, intro, 2, 3, 4. Intro. Verse 1. Verse 2. Interlude. Bridge 1.
Those who are afraid to come, there is no fear in perfect love. But those who don't know where to start,
Bridge 2. Bridge 3. Bass. Bridge 4. Slowly
always
build.
For this,
Tag. Build.
I don't know.
Chorus 1. Hits. Build. Chorus 1. All in.
hear the sound of child coming home. Holly, this is a song of wealth and prodigal. Holly,
Chorus 2.
I thought I was too far gone, you. Praise God, praise God.
Tag. Outro. Hits. Big ending.
Andy,
Yeah.
is there a way to take the overheads out of my
Yeah.
mix? Thank you.
oh, does everyone feel like the cymbals are too loud?
Yeah. Oh, everyone else? I don't know if you have overheads in mind, but you can take them out.
Thanks for keeping them loud in mind. It's keeping me more accountable. Here's praises. This is just straight up the middle too.
1, 2. Chorus. 2, 3, 4.
And we'll go black here.
No like special vocals this time or anything.
Drums in.
Everyone say
Verse 1. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Breakdown. Drums in. Break. Post-chorus. All in. Verse 2.
This is Hannah. Okay.
Hey, can I have more of Hannah and like a touch less of Molly? And can Molly be more right and Hannah all the way left?
Let me do the least musical thing possible.
That's what I've been doing all rehearsal. Here's the last song.
Can Reagan have more of Hannah, please?
Okay. Phenomena.
1, 2, verse 2, 3, 4.
So tell me, how could I ever turn away from you when you've always been the way that life
Chorus. Slowly build. Refrain. Breakdown. Hits. All in. Refrain. Verse 2.
My friends keep saying I've changed, I'm acting different now. They wanna know what I know, they want the truth, and so I told them if you're free on Wednesday, come
Alright with me.
pass it out the door.
Chorus.
Giving me a
Too hard to reality, living for the one who set me free. You're giving me your vision, better than a dream. You ain't gotta wake me up at all.
Post chorus. Build. Refrain. Break. Drums in. All in. Refrain. Bridge 1. Breakdown. Drums in.
oh my gosh. It's dumb.
Slowly build. Build. Break. Refrain. All in. Refrain. Ending. Refrain. Ending.
That's dumb. I can maybe just use like just the slightest less hair of Luke's guitar now.
Let me use the restroom really quick.
Just the slightest hair less.
Gotcha.
Hannah Embry, are you okay?
I'm good.
Molly Elmore, are you okay?
Yeah, think about that. Can I get a little more of Hannah? I don't think I have her voice.
Okay.
Hey. Hello.
Hannah, you good?
I am good, thank
Okay.
you.
Reagan?
Good.
What, please stop. Break away. Andy,
Sir.
could you pan my keys like just slightly to the left?
Okay.
Hey, can we go back to like whatever your main worship look is? My main man. Like whatever song is happening. Yeah, if we could just lose the any lighting on the back walls, like any of these three walls. Yeah, yeah. Can we do that transition into gratitude? That was
No.
weird. I'm gonna miss it. Gratitude. I'm gonna miss it. Let's start praise again. So this is right after Blair's gonna get off stage. We'll go black. So yeah, like here we can still have no front light.
Making a vlog.
Yes.
I feel like it's like my next destination as a human, you know? What is there left to come?
You should have made a vlog
YouTube.
when you were on tour with that old guy.
That's not as interesting, you know?
Jackson.
Did you see that? I don't know if I'd seen this or someone else.
Which old guy?
Were you the one that TikTok that says they were gonna like spinning things? Was that you? Did you? Were you the?
Jackson's funny.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it wasn't me. No, it's definitely Jackson.
Yeah, so I can match.
Is your dad gonna be here? Bro, text him. What do you mean?
Okay, so Blair's just gotten off stage.
I will. I'll ask.
This is praise.
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, should the LED wall be black right now?
Refrain. Refrain. Verse 1.
We should be getting wall.
I think the route got messed up because the little orange Mac dot is not in the upper left corner. Hey, Jason, can you confirm that the near fields are getting that computer route?
One, two, intro, 2, 3, 4. Refrain. Refrain. Verse 1.
And I'll praise on the mountain. Praise when I'm sure. Praise when I'm doubting.
Verse 2.
All right, let's do this real quick. Let's figure this out.
That looks right. Do you want time code?
1, 2, intro, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. What was it?
Refrain. Refrain.
Okay, we're gonna run from the top of praise. Yep. All right, here we go. So this
1,
is like
2.
top of service. So we're into full black. Wow, 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 wow.
You say fall, I say
1, 2. Intro 2, 3, 4. Refrain. Refrain. Verse 1.
I'll praise in the valley, and I'll praise on the mountain. I'll praise when I'm sure, I'll praise when I'm doubting.
Verse 2. Pre-chorus.
As long as I'm breathing,
Chorus
I've
1.
got a
All
reason
in.
to praise the Lord, oh my soul.
Verse 3.
Praise, still in control.
Verse 4. Pre-chorus. Chorus 1. All in. Chorus 2. Interlude. Interlude. Bridge.
Praise 'cause you're sovereign, praise 'cause you reign.
Bridge.
Hey, did we lose the
Slowly
camera on
build.
iMac? Cool, never mind.
Chorus 1. Breakdown. Drums in. Build. Chorus 1. All in. Chorus 2. Chorus 2. Instrumental. Instrumental. Refrain. Drums. Refrain. 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 Ending. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 1.
I know nothing ever come close to your goodness and peace, so tender and sweet. And I stumble in my own volition, leaves me wanting, leads me back to your door.
Chorus 1. Hits.
Anytime, any place, any pain, your love will never change. Through the highs, through the lows, your love
Chorus 2. All in.
never change. Never quit, never fail. Your love will never change. In my doubt, your love will never
Verse 2.
One of y'all be a melody over there.
see you. Give me meaning and direction. Let me live in your perfection. 'Cause I know I could run to. The chaos overwhelming. You're the one I turn into.
Chorus 1. Hits.
Anytime, any place, any pain, your love will never change. Through the highs, through the lows, your
Chorus
love
2.
will
All in.
never change. Never break, never fail. Your love will never change. In my doubt, in my pain, your
Turn
love
around.
will never change.
Interlude. Breakdown.
More cowbell, right?
Bridge 1.
Where could I hide from your love? From your grace.
Bridge 2.
No way. Who else could do what you do? No one, no one. Where could I hide? Where could I go?
Bridge 1. Hits.
Where could I hide from your love? Nowhere. I ever fall from your grace.
Bridge 2. Build. Chorus 1. Hits.
Anytime, any place, any pain, your love will never change. Through the highs, your
Chorus
love
2.
will
All in.
never change. Never quit, never fail. Your love will never change.
Outro. Ending. 1, 2. Keychain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Words fall short.
Do you want two of those?
That's good.
Do you want two of those turns, like really, space that out more, or no?
Up to you.
I'll add some more space.
Ending. 1, 2. Keychain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Keychain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, here's the outro of Your Love on a Strange.
Outro. Ending. 1, 2. Keychain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2. 1, 2. Keychain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Andy, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Is Matt, everyone in front of the house good?
I can't see him, but I
Okay.
think so.
That's apparently.